So here, Lord Kapila explains, the person who has achieved the perfection in yoga, he very clearly understands and he acts on that platform that he is different from his material body. Just like yesterday, we were singing a song, Durlabha Manava Janma Labhiya Samsare. In that song, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur points out at many places. Smashane Shariramam Odiya Rahite. So he is very clearly saying that one day my body will be lying so very clearly. A self-realized soul understands it that he is completely different from this body. So there are two things. One is to understand theoretically, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, I am spirit soul. And one is to act on that platform of realization. If I am Brahman, then my activities should be different. Otherwise, what is the difference? Suppose, for example, I did not know I am spirit soul, and now I know I am spirit soul. I am not this material body. If I don't act on that platform, at least if I don't try to act on that platform, then what is the difference between a person who knows and who does not? Suppose I am claiming, I have this knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, I am not this material body. But then my activities are all on the bodily platform. Isn't it? So then what is the difference? There is a person who does not know and his activities are also on the bodily platform. So theoretical knowledge does not have so much value. We should understand this. Anybody in Krishna consciousness within few weeks will understand and he will repeat to the people, I am not this material body, I am spirit soul. Isn't it? So, this knowledge which is given by Krishna to Arjuna, he says it is Jnana Vijnana Sahitam. It is knowledge which one can understand and also practice. Just like in our material knowledge also we have divisions, theory and practical. This theoretical knowledge which we study has been applied We study electricity and we can see the fans are running. It is applied. When it is put to application, it is useful. Simply having theory is not very useful. So actually, very important aspect of knowledge is it is practically applied in our life. That is very important understanding. That's how Prabhupada is stating here in the purport very nicely. The status of real knowledge is explained in this verse. This is real knowledge. Prabhupada is giving a very wonderful example as Lord Kapila is giving here. How does a self-realized soul understand, I am not this material body? How does he understand? He says, just like a common man, just like any common man can understand, I have affection for my children, I may identify with them, but I am different from them. I have affection for my money, which I call it as my money. There's so much money is available. I don't call everything as my money. I am not attached to the whole wealth of the whole world. I am attached to my money. My 1 crore which is there in the bank, I am attached to that. What will happen to that? Thinking about that, safety of that money. Isn't it? So it is because of attachment to that money. But still I understand very clearly, money is different, I am different. So many children are there, but I call few as my children, being very attached to them. But still I understand, I am different, they are different. Even a common man. So just like a common man can understand, even though he is attached to the children are different, he is different. Even though he may be attached to money, money is different and he is different. Similarly, a self-realized soul understands that one may be attached to the body, but still he is different and the body is different. This understanding, I am separate from the body, this knowledge is not available for a common man. He cannot understand this. He is thinking he is this material body. I am aging, I am going to die. He is thinking. Whereas, person who has become self-realized, for him it is as practical as person who is in common understanding, who knows I am different from my children, I am different from my wealth. Because of attachment, I may say it is my wealth, my children. So Prabhupada is very nicely explaining that actually, why do I say my children? Because they have come out from this body. My wealth, because they are related to this body. Isn't it? So this is called Dehatma Buddhi. Very nicely Prabhupada is explaining. In same way, we claim that the body is ours because of affection for it. I say, it is my body. I then extend that possessive concept and say, it is my hand, my leg, and further it is my bank balance, my son, my daughter. So actually, analytically, if you understand, even a common man can try to logically see that actually he is different from this body. That is how we all know that Prabhupada, when he asked some children, when he wanted to give them a gross and a simple understanding of how they are different from their body. So Prabhupada would take the pen of that child and ask him, what is this? So he'll say, it is my pen. So then Prabhupada pointed to his hand, what is this? And the child said, sir, this is my hand. And when Prabhupada pointed to his leg, sir, this is my leg. Then head, this is my head. This is my nose. This is my ears. This is my eyes. So then after asking many times, then Prabhupada asked this question. You are saying, this is mine, my hand, my leg, my mouth. Where are you? Isn't it? Prabhupada asked this question to them. So even a small child can contemplate and try to understand. I don't say I hand, I don't say I leg, I head, I say mine. So it belongs to me, I am different. Money belongs to me, I am different. Children belongs to me, I may be attached to them, but I am different. So this is the meaning of understanding self-realized knowledge. Now you can see the application of that. That is how person on bodily platform, his actions are completely different. The moment person is insulted, immediately he takes it on himself. He is thinking, I am insulted. So very grossly, he is thinking that actually this body is him. He insulted me like anything. Isn't it? Sometime we will find somebody say. But a self-realized person, he does not act on that platform. He understands very clearly that actually these dualities are existing in matter. There is no duality on spiritual platform. There is no duality on spiritual platform. Suppose somebody calls me, just like we see the example of Jada Bharat. See his perception. When King Rahuguna called him that you are so fat, your body is so stout, isn't it? And you are walking like an animal. So many different kinds of words King Rahuguna used for Jada Bharat. And Jada Bharat was not affected by any of them. But whereas we are all on the bodily platform, if somebody calls us even with something, some name, immediately we are affected. So, this is the difference between realized knowledge. Similarly, we find Krishna explaining in Bhagavad Gita, when one has become self-realized, his actions, his behavior, his perception, everything will be different. And that is how we should identify a person who is self-realized. Vidya vinaye sampanne. The moment a person becomes equipped with real knowledge, first most important symptom is he becomes very humble. Vidya vinaye sampanne. Vidya is always accompanied with humility. Anyone who is knowledgeable, he is very humble. We find that example even in Chaitanya Charitamrita. What a great scholar Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is. Greatest of the great scholars. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, even the first part, Adi Leela, you will be struck with wonder of the logic how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has presented. And even in terms of poetry, in terms of literature, no comparison. And that is even at the last stage of his life, when he is very old. And at the end of every chapter, he is saying that I desire the mercy of great personalities, Rupa Raghunatha Pade. I humbly bow down. And he is comparing himself that I am lower than the worm in the stool. You see? So, this is how it is. When Srila Prabhupada, in one of his lectures, when he was pointing out about 4 classes of men exist in the society. So Prabhupada was talking about there is Shudra, there is Kshatriya, there is Vaishya, and first class is Brahmana, second class is Kshatriya, third class is Vaishya, fourth class is Shudras, and then there are other 5th class, 6th class. So then somebody at the end of the class said, Swamiji, so are you that first class? So Prabhupada said, no, I am not even the 4th class, I am 5th class. I am the servant of all these classes. So this is real humility. So, with real understanding and equipped with real knowledge, Krishna says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. And when a self-realized soul, he looks at the living entity, Brahmane, Gavi, Hastini, Shunikeva, Swapakecha, Pandita, Samadarshina. He is very clearly able to see things as they are. What does he see? He sees that some living entity, this soul, even though he is also part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, he also deserves eternal life. He also deserves a glorious life in spiritual world, being part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Unfortunately, because of his karma, somebody has become dog, somebody has become elephant. Similarly, somebody has become a Brahmana, somebody has become a cow. So he is seeing that actually these distinctions are existing because of their reactions of karma, and because of that they have attained certain body. temporarily. So why should I identify them with the body? Isn't it? Then somebody may say, Prabhu, then why are you saying brahmachari should not preach to Matajis? Why we should identify with the body? Isn't it? Because we are not on that platform. We will have to distinguish. Just like it is said that a neophyte devotee, his vision is different. His vision is, he is called Prakrta Bhakta. He is still on material platform. So, his vision is, I am there, Supreme Lord is there, my spiritual master is there. And he does not know how to behave with other living entities. He does not know how to see that Supreme Lord in other living entities. He has no idea. He does not know how to behave with other devotees. He is called Prakrta Bhakta. One who is advanced in knowledge, for him it is advised. But one who has still not reached the topmost Uttama platform, for him it is advised he should make friendship with the devotees, and he avoids non-devotees and people who are envious. But for one who has reached the topmost platform of Uttama Bhakti, for him there is no difference. He does not see any difference. Rather, he sees that somehow or other everyone is engaged except for me in the service of the Lord. So we cannot imitate that platform. For us it is advised that we avoid people who are envious. We avoid circumstances. We avoid unfavorable situations by which we may get carried away. Because our vision is not that. Haridas Thakur's vision is different. He can stay back to deliver the living entity. But we cannot do like that. So that is what we have to understand. So, knowledge, when it is realized, it manifests in our behavior, in our actions and activities, and in our perception to this material world. So our perception will change, just like Bhagavad Gita says, how a Pandita sees, it is completely different. And how a conditioned soul sees, it is completely different. Just like the same woman and the same money, when it is seen by a pure devotee of the Lord, he understands their relationship with the Supreme Lord. He very clearly understands everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. So everything is meant for His satisfaction. This understanding is very clear for a pure devotee of the Lord. So he utilizes everything, whether woman or money, in the service of the Lord. He does not make a distinction. This is woman, this is man, this is... No. This is black, this is white. Does not make a distinction. Everyone, because Krishna also says, he also does not make a distinction. Stri Vaishya Pi Shudra Te Api Yanti Param Gati. So this is the perception. This is how he sees. And in actions also we find. In the 12th chapter, Krishna explains who are the devotees who have become very dear to him. Tatha mana apamanayo. Whether mana, whether apmana, one is not affected by all that. Sukha, dukkha, one is not affected. You see? So, that is how, when one has become advanced in knowledge, his actions also are completely different. His reaction to the different situations in the material world will also differ. Once Krishna consciousness is judged by how much his faith has become ripened. One is called Komala Shraddha, another is called Prodha Shraddha. When we are in neophyte condition, we are having theoretical faith in the Supreme Lord, but when it comes to different difficulties we face in our material life, then practically we do not have faith in the Supreme Lord. That actually, whatever is coming to me, the Supreme Lord very mercifully has actually taken away all my sinful reactions. And whatever I am suffering, it is just like in the last class we were hearing, the electric fan. The life of a devotee is completely in the hand of the Supreme Lord. There is a very beautiful narration in Srimad Bhagavatam about when Narada went and he was testing the determination of Dhruva Maharaj, whether he is actually qualified to practice devotional service or not. So he told him, Dhruva, you are a child. Child is not affected by mana and apmana. How come you have taken it so seriously? So Dhruva Maharaj explains, he says, Prabhupada explains in the purports very nicely. Dhruva Maharaj's spirit of Kshatriya was well developed right from his childhood. That is the kind of training he had. He did not have a Brahmanical training. Mana and Apamana for Brahmana, it does not matter. But for a Kshatriya, it is said, Prana jaye par vachan na jaye. If he has given some promise, if he has promised something to someone, in order to fulfill that, he may give up his life, but his honor, he will not give it up. So his Kshatriya spirit was so strong. So, when Narada understood that yes, he is an eligible candidate to practice devotional service, then he gave him advice. Very good. Immediately you should go to Madhuvan, go to Vrajdham, on the bank of the river, underneath the tree, you should practice meditation on the Supreme Lord. Along with that, chant the holy name of the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Also you are in jungle, so I don't expect that you will have temple in the jungle to go and do some archana. But according to Pancharatrika Vidhi, you can make with clay and water which is available, you can make a Archa Vigraha of the Lord and daily offer tulsi and water and whatever it is possible from the jungle. And then he said, do it with emotions, bhava yuktena. It should not be dry devotional service. So very beautifully Narada instructed, and after instructing him, Narada, he went to meet King Uttanapad. So when he went and met King, Narada was able to see that King Uttanapad has become dried up completely. You know, sometimes we find when there is blazing fire, the tree, earlier it may have been very green, it becomes dried up in the blazing fire. So Narada said, my dear king, looks like you are blazing in some kind of fire of anxiety. There is something in your mind which is troubling you. Your face has become dried up completely. What is it? Is your dharma, artha, kama not satisfied? He did not talk about moksha at all, because he knew that at this juncture, King Uttanapad is not on the level of thinking about moksha. So he said, dharma, artha, kama, is that not satisfied? So then King Uttanapad starts answering. He says, O greatest of the sages, actually, I have become too attached to my younger wife. And being attached, I have lost a very important component of my human life, mercy. My heart has become very hard. For when my child, Dhruva, who was just 5-year-old, when he just wanted, out of affection, he was coming and trying to sit on my lap, I could not appreciate it. And thus, he is practically vanquished now. He is in the forest. And his mother is also vanquished, because nobody is there to take care of her. She is like a neglected woman in my kingdom. And then Uttanapad is saying, my dear Narada, I am very much worried about my son, Dhruva. His face was like lotus. He is so tender. I am just thinking maybe out of thirst and out of hunger, he may be lying down somewhere alone, and he must be anatha. Anatha, he is without any protection. Neither his mother is there, neither his father is there, no one to take care of him. So I am worried about him. Whether there are so many jungle animals, whether they have eaten him away. Narada, what is happening? So Narada immediately replies, my dear king, anyone who has surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord, he is never anatha. He is anatha. You see? Uttanapad is thinking, without me, without mother, he is anatha. But Narada Muni is explaining to him, do not worry, the Supreme Lord is taking care of you also. And he is taking care of surrendered soul like Dhruva. Someone who has surrendered to the Supreme Lord, someone who is serious and sincere, the Supreme Lord, there is no question that the Supreme Lord will neglect him. Prabhupada explains that actually because of sincerity, immediately the Lord, in the heart of Narada, guided him to go and meet Dhruva. It is not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence that Parikshit Maharaj was met by Shukdev Goswami. It is not a coincidence. It is an arrangement of the Lord. It is a divine arrangement of the Lord. So similarly, it is not a coincidence that Narada was traveling in some forest and he met Dhruva. It is the arrangement of the Lord. The Supreme Lord is seeing that, my dear devotee, he does not know where to go, what to do, what to practice. Somehow or other he has developed a desire to see me. So immediately the Lord guided him. And Narada gave him practical understanding about what should be practiced to attain the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So, this is what we have to understand. That the Supreme Lord, if someone is completely surrendered to Him, He automatically takes care of him. So Dhruva Maharaj, we understand, he was so fixed in his endeavor. Prabhupada says two things: sincerely and seriously. So very sincerely he practiced, and whatever advice was given by Narad Muni, very seriously he practiced. He was not fickle-minded. Prabhupada says one should learn from Dhruva's life that one should not be fickle-minded like this. Whatever is given to us, we should practice it very sincerely. So just like Dhruva, Prabhupada says one should take a determination that in this one lifetime, I must see Krishna. I must obtain the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So this is what we should learn. And we can see that Dhruva Maharaj was able to achieve that. So, this is the understanding that actually one who is self-realized, he is completely protected by the Supreme Lord. One who is self-realized, from his behavior, from that how they are completely dependent on the Supreme Lord. So even in their day-to-day life, they practice that dependence on the Supreme Lord. Whereas for us it is so difficult, isn't it? So this is the difference between a Uttamadhikari and a Kanishtadhikari. Srila Prabhupada was, his whole life we can see, day and night, even in the midst of so many reverses in his life. I was just hearing one lecture, Prabhupada is saying that when he was in Delhi, Prabhupada is saying, I did not know what happened. Then suddenly one bull came and it hit Prabhupada. He was just trying to distribute some books. Isn't it? So we can see that even though so many reversals these great personalities face in their life, the way they conduct their life, it is clearly visible they are completely filled with Krishna conscious knowledge. We only have theoretical knowledge, and we may impress somebody with our theoretical knowledge, but when it comes to practical application of that knowledge, generally we fail. So at least we don't have to imitate, we cannot imitate also. But if we sincerely and seriously practice, then definitely one day will come when our behaviors, our perceptions, our conduct in this material world, everything will change. So this is what Prabhupada is saying, that as clearly as a common man understands, my children are different from me, my money is different from me, I am attached to them, no problem, but I know they are different. In that similar sense, self-realized soul very clearly understands, I am different from this body. That is called realized knowledge. So we'll stop with this. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki